everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome to Ask Think, episode number 93 for Monday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 2014. And you guys are probably wondering how many likes, and I said it right this time, how many likes were on last week's video, and it was 1,306, and Mr. Sandman 98 got the closest with 4 days ago with 1,300 likes. 4 days ago with 1,300 likes, not with 4 days ago. Whatever, you guys know what I mean. Now, before we get to the questions, I want to remind you to poke that like button with those chopsticks right now. Poke it as hard as you can. Let's try and get up to 1,000 likes again. You guys have beaten it every week so far. Let's try again. Also, don't forget to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. Also, if the comments on this Ask Think are closed, go to the most recent Ask Think and ask your question there. Now, on to the questions, and the first one is from Gymnastics Girl Ray and says, Mr. Noodles, are you wearing green today, Monday? If you're not, pinch, 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 happy St. Patrick's Day. And I am wearing a, well, it's not like a bright green, it's sort of like an army green, but I am wearing a green t-shirt right now. Ray Stanley says, do you think this is a good idea? For every comment that has a question for Ask Think and you don't put it on Ask Think, can you thumbs up that comment so the person knows you saw it and they won't get mad for not being on Ask Think? I think that's a great idea, and I started doing that right when this previous Ask Think came out, the one you guys commented on last week, and I don't know, I think it encouraged other people to do it also, because I was thumbing up the comments, and you know what happened, guys? There were a lot more comments for me to answer at the end of the week. I think maybe because they're thumbed up that YouTube keeps them. For some reason, they put higher priority on them, but I would say I had at least double the number of questions that I'm used to having on Ask Think ever since they changed the comment thing. So I am definitely going to continue thumbing up the comments, and I encourage you guys to do it as well. Just thumb up random ones. It doesn't really matter. And the more of them that are thumbed up, the more that'll stay and the better questions we'll have for Ask Think. So yeah, that's a great idea, and it's already worked really well. Danielle Marsh-Burness says, what's the average amount of questions you look for in each Ask Think? You know, I try and go for about somewhere between, well, around 40 to 50 questions, closer to 50. That usually works out to be the right length of the episode. I had a really hard time with this one, and I think I saved a couple for next week. Mr. Sandman98 asks, who gave you the idea of hold your chopsticks and poke that like button? Nobody did. I just, I was, for some reason, I was doing my outro and I was like, gosh, you know, I should really think of something that's unique instead of just, please click the like button. I was like, what would you do with it? And then, I don't know, for some reason, chopsticks came to mind because of noodles and poke the like button. And I mean, I know you really couldn't do that, but anyway, I like asking you guys to do it anyway. BE Dog Builds Minecraft asks, would you ever suggest poking the favorite button? Well, yeah, I mean, especially if your comment or question is on this Ask Thing, I would definitely encourage you to poke the favorite button with your chopsticks as well, because that helps out too. Ouija6 asks, do you drink more bottled water so you don't have to do dishes, earn 5 cents back per bottle, or out of a glass to save money you'd only get since it'd be like $1.75, or both? I have a Brita water pitcher that I pour water out of. I don't buy bottled water very much at all unless we're out. Morgan Abney asks, have you ever had any pet other than Kopi? Of course I have. I've had plenty of pets other than Kopi, and you can probably hear about my first dog in my Draw My Life if you haven't watched that. Just go to youtube.com and search Draw My Life Thinknoodles, and pretty sure it'll come up on top. Nova Cat asks, dear Think, do you and your wife wear wedding rings? Yeah, we do. She wears hers, it depends on what surgery she has for the day. If she has a lot of them and they're going to be really long, she doesn't usually wear them, although sometimes she wears them to work, and if she has to scrub into a surgery, she puts them on a chain around her neck, and I wear mine most of the time as well. AG Studios asks, would you rather go skydiving or bungee jumping? Well, I've never done either. And I think I would go bungee jumping first, just so I could be courageous enough to go skydiving. Silver Dennis says, I am bored. Well, I hope you weren't watching Ask Think while you were saying that. I hope I kept your entertainment going. But I hope you found something to do. Red Raider 90 says, do you ever get frustrated while reading misspelled words in comments? If so, read this. My friend loves his noodles so much that he would die without them. Well, no, I don't, because I know a lot of people respond on mobile clients like iPads, iPods, iPhones, Android devices, everything. And those sometimes misspell things on purpose for you, or you're trying to say a certain word and it puts the other spelling of it, or the other definition of it. And no, I don't. It doesn't annoy me at all. Rohan Kabir asks, how do you get partnered with Twitch? There is a process, and what I had to do, and I don't know if it's the same now, it's been quite some time, is I had to stream, I think it was 3 times, once per week each time, or at least once per week each time. And I had to maintain over 1,000 watchers concurrently for more than 1 hour in all 3 broadcasts. And once I had done that, then they approved me for partnership. Aaron Smart asks, when you pick and read the comments, do you think of answers, or do you wait until Ask Think to think of the answers? I wait until Ask Think to think of the answers. I mean, I guess when I first select the question, I sort of get an idea of what I might say, but I don't really practice it or anything. If you want to see how I actually answer the questions exactly, click the link in the description for the raw recording, and you can see exactly what's on my screen right as I'm doing it. And you can see I stumble on a lot of questions because I don't come up with the answers. OMG Lollipop Doll says, were you always child friendly, or did you start when you started gaining subs and found out a lot of your audience are kids? Nope, I have always been child friendly, even before YouTube, way back when I started my websites, around, almost 7 years ago this week. I've always been family friendly. April Young asks, do you like the Knicks? I live very close to Madison Square Garden, being in Manhattan. And I've never been to a Knicks game because I'm a Lakers fan now. There's sort of a wrench thrown into that because Phil Jackson, my favorite coach, joined the front office for the Knicks this week, a couple days ago. And he's going to be making decisions for the team and recruiting players and maybe getting a new coach. So I don't know. I may like the Knicks a little bit more now that Phil Jackson's there. Real Alexis 0900 asks, have you ever had a teacher that didn't like you? If so, how can you deal with them? I did in high school. My computer science teacher wasn't terribly fond of me or my 2 good friends, although we were really good with computers, so she kind of had to put up with us because we were smart with computers, but she didn't particularly like us at all. And we really didn't care about how we dealt with her at all. She had issues with us and we had issues with her. And I guess we both just put up with each other. Rhiannon Bland asks, hey Think, I'm going on a Spanish exchange on Thursday. Have you ever been to Spain or done an exchange? Never been an exchange student, but I have been to Spain. I've been to both Barcelona and Madrid. Pop Expert 1 asks, have you ever had someone who said they didn't like your channel? Because that's what happened to me today. Yes, all the time. I'd say at least once a day, someone says they didn't like my video, or they probably say, I hated your video, or you stink at Minecraft, I hate your channel, all that stuff at least once a day. I'm used to it by now. Don't worry about it. It's just the way things are. Hexbox asks, hello, Think. What's up with the wrong channel with links? Why did you make it? Can you tell us? Well, I probably haven't gone over this in a while. And Hexbox is talking about what happens if you type www.youtube.com/user/Thinknoodles. It'll take you to a different channel and it says, oh, you're on the wrong channel. My actual channel is this. And the reason is because I created my channel originally as Insiders Network and it sort of became about me. And then I changed the name of it to Thinknoodles, but my URL and actual username is not changeable according to YouTube. Even though I was able to secure the Thinknoodles account on YouTube after the fact. Someone else had created it, but it had been inactive for 2 years, and YouTube gave me that other original account back. and I do have control over it. But since you guys are all subscribed to this channel, they can't transfer them over or anything like that. So I just put a video up there and said, hey, you're on the wrong channel. You actually want to be over here. And that's what it's all about. Ender Sylveon MW asks, if you had to be one character from any of the Hunger Games movies or books, who would you pick? You can't say Katniss, and to me, your personality sounds like Wirus or BT from Catching Fire. So, yeah. I agree. I would say that Wirus or BT, definitely, because they tinker with electronics and things like that, and that is definitely kind of like me. Mr. Sandman98 asks, what program do you use for live streaming, and how in the world do you save the broadcast to Twitch? Whenever I try to stream, I don't get the stream in previous broadcasts tab. I use Adobe FMLE. I forgot what it stands for. Flash Media Live Encoder, I think. And the way I get it to save for the broadcast is you have to, after your past broadcast, and it's not a partner feature. I had it before I was a partner. You have to go in there and create a highlight, and then you can save it. Sarah Gal asks, how come you don't have the footage anymore on your outro, only the thumbnail? Well, you're the first person to really bring this up. It's surprising. And guys, in the comments, post below if you like it or if you don't like it. I just was waiting for someone to ask about it. The reason I did it is so that people get a better idea of what video they're clicking on. I felt like with the outro, and sometimes you put the footage in there and it's relatively generic. It looks like Minecraft and you're like, I don't know what video that is. I'm not going to click on it. So I thought if I put the thumbnail, you know exactly what you're clicking on. You say, oh, that is his most recent whatever. I didn't see that episode, you know, or I didn't know there was one. And then you can get an exact idea. I'm clicking on Hexit, I'm clicking on ThinkSlab, I'm clicking on Survival, I'm clicking on Ask Think. And I thought that was the best way not to mislead you guys into clicking on the wrong video or anything like that. I just thought that it was better. Kadra Raunek says, hey Think, what is your favorite Club Penguin party? It can be from any year. Mine is Operation Blackout. You're right, that was a really great party. I can't think of my favorite, but the one thing about Operation Blackout that I didn't like is that it sort of broke the EPF, and we're still in this state where we don't see much activity from it at all. Charizard1219 says, how come on Think Thursday when you visit Penguin's igloos, they know right away for some reason and come to their igloo? I don't think you're live, but is there a way they're notified when someone goes to their igloo? Nope, they just know my behavior, and if you notice, I always send a postcard and then go to the igloo. So what they do is they wait in the room, and as soon as they see that they got a postcard, they run to their igloo because they know that that's what I'm doing and I'm going straight to their igloo. So they've just learned my behavior, and they know what I'm doing next. Niraj Suresh asks, what servers Think Thursday going to be? It's always on Icicle. Jeff McMahon asks, what's your favorite potion in Minecraft? It depends. If I'm fighting a boss or something, strength, by far strength 2 is the best. You know, if I'm trying to get somewhere, I love speed potions. Chase Tinkin asks, Think in the core games, how did you implement noodle soup? Stay cool and noodle on? Well, that's actually not in the core games. That is part of the noodle pack, texture pack, resource pack. And if you look in the description of any of my Hunger Games videos, once I started using it, you can find it there and download it and use it yourself. Widgie6 says, Think's lab is so awesome. It helps me through the weekends and makes me laugh. Well, thank you very much. It's become a very popular series very, very quickly, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I put a lot of work and thought into each episode. So right now I'm only able to keep up with it once a week. I do want to make it twice a week, and I'm going to try my best. But yeah, I love making it for you guys because I get to be creative and funny, more so than in my other videos, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Misty Sorrel 2 asks, hey, Think I'm starting off in Minecraft and I was wondering how to install mods like the morphing one, but I hear you have to install another application before I can install mods on it. Can you help me out? By the way, I have a Mac if that helps at all. Yes, you do need to install Forge. And I guess my best advice to you is to go and get multi-MC. And once you do that, you can just say I want to install 1.6 on this and click a little button that says install Forge and then just drag the mods in. It's quite easy. But I do plan on making a video right before 1.8 comes out on how to install mods for both PC and Mac and how to protect all of your save files, because I'm very, very worried for everyone losing their save files going back and forth between 1.7 and 1.8. I brought it up on Reddit, and some people agreed with me, and Mojang said, hey, we're not really concerned. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but I really do think it will be, especially when 1.8 comes out and servers are going to be on 1.7, and you guys are going to be going back and forth between 1.8 and 1.7, and you're going to lose your saves. You're going to lose all the inventory in your saves. I've done it myself a couple of times. Thankfully, I had the right backups, but a lot of people don't, and it scares me to death. And people say, oh, well, you shouldn't have multiple versions in the same profile and all that stuff. Well, I didn't know anything about that myself, and I'm a Minecraft YouTuber. I should, and it took me a while to figure out how to protect myself against it so I don't make silly mistakes like that. And I want to put out a video on how to protect yourselves against that, and I'll put how to install Forge and stuff like that too, I hope. Syed Faisal Fahim asks, you had a different skin when you started playing Minecraft. Were your thumbnails different? Yeah, none of my thumbnails had any avatars in them at all because I didn't have a unique skin. Tobias Smith asks, do you know about the new mob called an Endermite in the new snapshot? Yes, I do. I've watched a few videos on it. And on the behavior of Enderman with the Endermite. I'm going to wait a little bit because Dinnerbone has said that this isn't the final behavior of an Endermite. So I want that to sort of settle down so we have the correct behavior before I start toying with the way that the AI works between them. But if it stays the same, Enderman farms are so easy to make now. Vaja Perry asks, hey Think, my question is, where did the idea from the Thinks Lab series come from? Thinks Lab is my favorite series because of the concept and the unique ideas for every episode. I would love if we could give you some of these unique ideas. I would love it too. Go ahead and post comments on my videos, send me messages, send me emails, whatever. Give me ideas. I'd love to implement your ideas. The idea for it came, I always wanted to, I did mod reviews a long time ago, and since it wasn't really a series and there was no storyline, I didn't really keep up with it, but I wanted to do it because it's fun to play with mods, and I was trying to figure out the best way to do that. And then I started working on those snapshot videos, the snapshot adventure videos. And when I did those, I was like, man, this is really fun to set up an adventure as if something's really happening and sort of act it out. It was really, really fun for me. And I was like, I really need a way to do mods and put a storyline into it. These two go together really well, and I think I could do it really well. So that's where it came from. It actually came from my snapshot adventures and wanting to play with mods because Hexit is really fun with all the mods and stuff. So yep, that's where it came from. Mr. Dr. Prof. Patrick MC said, Think, I just watched your Jurassic Park video. It was awesome. Thank you. How did you get the radio noise from Alan? Well, Alan was me. I think you guys probably all know that by now. But what I did is I did the audio in my voice with an accent. And then I have on the audio program that I record with, it has these effects. And one of them was like telephone or something like that. And I applied that effect to it, and that's what you got. Sheena1234ization said, Think on Thinks Lab, do you review just mods or mod packs like Hexit and Techit? Well, just mods, because if I were to review an entire mod pack, it would be like a 5-hour video. So I just do individual mods, or in the case of Orespawn, I just did a little piece of it because Orespawn is almost like a mod pack in itself. Club Penguin Fan asks, how do you look at mob's health like in Thinks Lab? That is the damage indicators mod. 7 points. IX2X54 asks, Think, is it possible to add the evil purple minions to your Thinks Lab series? I didn't even think about that. I'd have to model a new mob for that, or create a skin for it. But I'll definitely consider it, and then I'll let you guys, when you choose your minion names, you can choose whether you want a regular minion, a 2-eye minion, a 1-eye minion, an evil minion, or a girl minion. So yeah, I could do that. Agent Barks asks, how much RAM is in your computer, and how much RAM do you think someone would need for Hexit? Thanks, and I poked my chopsticks at the like button, and now my computer screen is broken. Why did you do this to me? Oh boy, I shouldn't be saying poke it really hard, should I? You know, I do have 24 gigs of RAM on my computer, but that has nothing to do with the performance in Hexit. It really only needs a gigabyte of RAM in the game. So what's really important for Hexit is your video card. Bridsters Abbott asks, when I was in the lobby for the Hunger Games, I bought PETA and then they kicked me out for a premium and I joined another lobby and it didn't let me use PETA. I know it's a one-time thing, but it wasn't really fair. Is there a way to get that back without buying it again? I went into our GitLab and I filed an enhancement feature request for the survival games as a result of you posting this. Other people have said sometimes they'll choose a class and then they get to become game maker and they don't get their coins back. So I'm not sure if it's possible, but my enhancement suggestion was to actually debit the coins from your account once you're in the game and it's confirmed that you've gotten that kit. So if something like what happened to you happens, you go and you buy it, but it doesn't take the coins out of your account until you actually use it. So I don't know if there's a way to get them back in this exact case, but going forward, I think we will have safeguards in place so it doesn't happen again. Sapphire Star 9 asks, think, what are the coordinates of your house on your survival world? Because I typed in the seed and I spawned somewhere totally random and I want to build my own treehouse. Well, that's why in my videos it says seed and then it says pre 1.7 or 1.6 and under. You will have to open up Minecraft in anything below 1.7. I actually started in 1.4, but if you start in 1.6 and put the seed in there, it will generate the correct terrain for my spawn area. If you put it in 1.7, it uses a new terrain generation and it just won't be the same. Zane Majumder asks, can't you just change your name to RL Thinknoodles or something shorter? Well, I do have the Thinknoodles MC account as well, but the thing is, my cape is on Real Thinknoodles, my Minecon cape, and it doesn't transfer. So if I were to switch accounts, I would lose my cape. Emma Harbor asks, think, if you were kicked out of your apartment and the only option was a place that didn't allow dogs, would you give away Kobe or live in a tent? Well, I don't know if you have a dog, but if you feel anything like the way I feel about Kobe, you would understand that I would live in a tent. Epic Dragon 7 says, so now that the standard procedure is to poke the like button with chopsticks, I must have missed that staff meeting. What are we supposed to do if any of us, such as myself, do not have chopsticks? Hides in bunker. And Sierra Sapphire asks correctly, how can you not have chopsticks? And then he said he's only used chopsticks once in his life, and that was years ago. I have no need for chopsticks. How do you eat noodles? You use a fork? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. You need to buy yourself some chopsticks. That's what I mean to say. Gamealot12 asks, think, where do you live? A, in a box. B, answer A. C, answer B. Or Carrie Ann Manlove says correctly D, New York. Leah Reyna asks, my mom found $1 at work and it wasn't an ordinary dollar. It said noodle on it, just like that, under the word America. Did you do this? So it would be the United States of America noodle? I didn't do this, but I applaud the person who did. Dog Finn Plays asks, think, if you were never to eat a noodle again, what would you do? A, not care. B, why would you ever ask a question like this? C, nightmare. D, eat a different food. Or E, none of the above. Thanks, think noodle on. B, why would you ever ask a question like this? Amy Wu asks, if you were the dirtiest man on earth. What? Wait. What are you trying to say here? Okay, I'm gonna go with it. And you had a chance to take a shower, but it was either really hot or really cold, so you felt like you were swimming in ice or lava. Would you take the shower? And if you did, would you pick hot or cold? Well, yes, of course I would take the shower. And I mean, I like hot showers a lot better than cold ones. I guess I would have to go with the swimming in lava one. But dirt, are you trying to say I'm like dirty? Like, I try and keep clean. I wash my hands. I take showers every day. Program Ninja asks, I decided to poke the like button with my chopsticks like you told us. Good man. And it seemed like a good idea at the time. It is. but now my monitor is on fire. You put it out. Oh my goodness. Why are you asking a question? Put out the fire. All right. That's it for this week's Ask Think, guys. Don't forget to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Also, don't forget the likes target is 1,000, so grab those chopsticks and poke that like button, but not hard enough to set your monitor on fire. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, noodle on!